Welcome to Work in the Workbook. Here you are in the virtual classroom. Before we get into Lesson 1, remember that there are great tools in this classroom for you. There is video readings of the lesson if you would like to sit with me and watch me and listen to me read the lesson to you before you do the lesson. And there are worksheets and journaling suggestions which will help you reinforce your experience and strengthen your conviction in your spiritual life. And there's bonus material. There's a whole grab bag of bonus material, including videos of other spiritual teachers who, I like to say, different teacher, same message. So that too helps you come at these Course in Miracles teachings from other perspectives, and that can slip into your mind in a good way and help clarify concepts. A few reasons why you're taking this class, whether you are new to the course or whether you've done the workbook before, stopped in the middle, is to get help from me in deepening your experience, not just reading the lessons. And experience can be a subtle thing. It may seem like you're not having an experience, and I'll help you recognize when you are having an experience or when you don't seem to be, how it may be there and you're missing it. And, if there seems to be nothing at all, not to worry about that. Also, feelings may come up that you need help with. The Course says that we're always choosing between fear or love. Fear comes from the ego mind and love is from God's mind. Those are big umbrella categories, so you can put all kinds of feelings under fear, such as anger, sadness, hatred, anxiety, distress, on, and all sorts of feelings under love as well. Compassion, joy, peace, constancy, all sorts of things. So I can help you deal with feelings that are coming up. And then there's clarifying concepts. There are always concepts from the text which need clarification as you do the workbook. So that will be part of what I offer you. And doing the workbook is like a Zen koan. It may not make sense. It's really not supposed to make sense in many ways, because if your ego could grasp it, then it would stay within the limitations of the ego thought system. And the Course is unburdening you of the ego thought system and opening your mind to help you recognize what you already are. And then, of course, Work in the Workbook is here to help you follow through and get through all 365 lessons and make it through to the end of this year and find out what happens when you see the workbook through to the end. So 2 tips I'm going to give you are dip into the bonus material on the website and watch a YouTube video that's there by the spiritual teacher Muji called Pure Perceiving. Watch that today and it will help you do Lesson 1. The other tip is really gaze into the picture that I'm going to hold up in a little while called Personal Values by Magritte. Allow yourself to flow into the surreality that Magritte offers us in this painting. Again, to supplement and enhance Lesson 1. Now, at any time, if you're feeling overwhelmed by a lesson, simply stop doing it. That's all. And you can try it again later that day, or you can just move along into the next day's lesson. Because resistance is strong and fear will come up. So, try a little bit longer, and if it's too much, just back away. That's the kind thing to do, the loving thing to do. Now, there's a webinar today. Make sure you watch the webinar. It will stay on our website for, I'm not sure how long, but it will be there for you to watch and rewatch. There's all kinds of important information around how to use the website, and we're going to review the introduction in the webinar. So it's very important to read the introduction to the workbook before you do lesson 1. And if you did lesson 1 first on your own early this morning, read the introduction after that before you really get into the rest of the lessons. Today you're asked to practice twice, preferably early morning and in the evening before you go to bed, for just about a minute or so. Okay, here we go. Let me take a sip of water, and I recommend that you drink a lot of water. Water, cleansing. Got your book handy? Lesson 1. Nothing I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place, means anything. Nothing I see means anything. Wow. Lesson 1 is a blockbuster. It opens up with a big disorienting thought. Nothing I see means anything. So let's apply the lesson first, just like we're told to. Let's practice. I will sit here and structure it for you. Go ahead. Look around the room at what's closest to you in your nearest proximity. And just say to yourself, as the lesson states, this table does not mean anything, this chair does not mean anything. Whatever is in your general proximity, apply it to what is near you. So do that right now. Allow yourself to take in that nothing you're seeing means anything. And keep breathing. It's very common to stop breathing, and that is an unconscious way of blocking. So breathe through as you look around. This hand does not mean anything. This computer does not mean anything. And now take your range out further. If I look out, those trees do not mean anything. That sky does not mean anything. Do it for yourself. And now gaze into this picture by Magritte, his painting, Personal Values. Nothing I see means anything. Allow your reality to be uprooted a bit. Allow your mind to question, what is reality? And one more thing before we conclude lesson 1. It is to be used totally indiscriminately, meaning that you let your eyes just select objects to notice that they don't mean anything randomly. Don't exclude anything in particular. Don't include anything in particular. It's almost as if you're defocusing the eyes, and just wherever they land, that's where you use that statement, nothing I see means anything. And it's a way of breaking up the way we think now to allow a new way of thinking to illuminate our minds. See you tomorrow for Lesson 2. Namaste.